Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, Clean Nose, Healthy Life.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I asked what kind of family she wanted. She said, a family like yours.
Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Getting stuck in Black Friday crowds? Super uncomfortable. Shopping Tommy John's Black Friday sale from your couch? Super duper comfortable. When you give your loved ones Tommy John, they're that much more comfortable. They can do everything better. Shop Tommy John's Black Friday sale right now and give the gift of comfort to everyone on your list, including yourself, with brand new Tommy John underwear, loungewear, and pajamas. With over 18 million pairs sold, giving Tommy John has become a holiday tradition. 97% of women and men love getting a gift from Tommy John. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics like me. I love wearing my Tommy John underwear because that's how it makes me feel absolutely comfortable all the time. Paula loves them too. You should get Tommy John for everyone on your list. Celebrate softness season with the gift of Tommy John underwear, loungewear, and pajamas. Every gift is backed by Tommy John's best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free, guaranteed. Shop Tommy John's Black Friday sale going on right now and get 30% off site-wide at TommyJohn.com/Bongino. 30% off everything now at TommyJohn.com/Bongino, B-O-N-G-I-N-O. TommyJohn.com/Bongino. See site for details. Thanks for all the feedback, though. I read you're watching on Fox Nation. You'll see during the break when we leave the camera on, but not the audio. That's what I do. I scroll through because I enjoy your feedback. You know, a host told me once, don't read the feedback. You'll start tinkering with your show too much. I know, I totally disagree 100%. You guys are the show, and ladies out there. And 90% positive feedback that agree with me that this, yes, point stipulated, totally a mixed bag. Not the best day for Republicans. That's just the fact. You can look at historical elections and midterms in the past, and there's proof that this was not the best day for Republicans. It wasn't even a good one. But, ladies and gentlemen, the media narrative out there aiming to demoralize you. You know the media are not your friends, correct? So why would you parrot the narrative that this was the most cataclysmic midterm election ever in the history of humankind, knowing that that's absolutely not true based on the facts either? This was a really difficult map. You can't compare this to the Tea Party election and other elections in the past when we were way down on the House side in the majority. We were only a few seats shy of a majority on the House side before this midterm even happened, thanks to the Trump era, where in his presidential election, even though it didn't turn out the way we wanted the second one, we actually didn't do bad in the House. You know, we were starting from an elevated starting point, so the fact that we didn't pick up 50 seats shouldn't be a shocker to anyone.
We tried Dynovite for gut health and immune support, and after a couple of weeks, our little Gizmo was acting like a puppy again. His coat was shinier, he had a lot less scratching and shedding, and he seemed like his happy old self.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Get 10% off your next order of Dynovite nutritional supplements for dogs at Dynovite.com.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
The holidays are here. Achieve gifting greatness when you give perfectly aged, tender, delicious Omaha steaks. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks have curated special gift packages to take the guesswork out of gifting and make you a holiday hero. At omahasteaks.com, use code SIZZLE at checkout for $30 off your order. Omaha Steaks is ready to ship, so shop early and beat the rush. Visit omahasteaks.com. Use code SIZZLE at checkout to get that extra $30 off. Minimum order may be required. Dan Bongino.
failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTRCM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Taxes. How do you make sure you don't pay the government any more than you need to? News and views you won't hear anywhere else with me, Brian Sussman, and tax attorney Steve Moskowitz, only on the KSFO website.
Brian Sussman's News and Views you won't hear anywhere else, only at KSFO.com, sponsored by tax attorney Steve Moskowitz.
Hi, I'm Dr. Edith Bracha-Sanchez with today's Tips for Kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. The stress created by the COVID-19 pandemic can wear anyone down, but teens may have a especially hard time. Feeling depressed or angry may be signs they need more support. Remember, parents set the tone at home. So try to stay positive, keep the lines of communication open, and talk with your pediatrician if you have any concerns. For more, visit healthychildren.org.
Do you listen to KSFO's Armstrong and Getty in the morning for Joe's fresh and insightful commentary?
You engage in the grubby, immoral, indefensible cesspool knife fight that is politics, because if you get elected, then you can do the things that matter.
Or Jack's recommendations for living your best life.
I'm listening to the Seals and Croft, and I got my boat shoes on and my sweater tied around my neck, and I'm having a fruity drink.
Get them both, 6 to 9 on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute. Hey, Dad, your laundry will be ready in just a minute. Dad, your lunch will be ready in just a minute.
Hey, honey, why don't you take a minute? When you help care for a loved one, you give them as much time as you can, making sure they're safe and comfortable. But it's just as important that you take some time for yourself. At AARP, we can help with information and useful tips on how you can maintain a healthy life balance, care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the challenges of caring for a loved one. Because the better care you take of yourself, the better care you can provide for your loved one.
Thanks, Dad.
Thank you. You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides to support you and your loved one at aarp.org/caregiving. That's aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You want to feel important.
You want to be part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong.
We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you.
But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the mountains of Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and Utah.
The deserts of Arizona and Nevada. The Pacific coasts of Washington, Oregon, and California.
To the wilderness of Alaska and islands of Hawaii and Guam.
We are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard, aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
We've all felt left out. And for people who move to this country, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Thankful for the right to be able to give our opinion. Happy Thanksgiving from the Dan Bongino Show.
Really, man, I gotta tell you, this is one of the toughest shows. It is because it's, you know, I don't know, I guess I could be a BS artist and a clown and tell you what you want to hear. It sucked, everybody jump off a bridge, so terrible, I don't know what it is. I've never seen anything like it, you know. I guess I could do that. So bad. Country's over. I'm giving up. I'm done. I'm not doing it, man. Sorry. It's the weirdest freaking thing. I get all these complaints about how the show is so dark when I tell you about the problems the country's having. Even though I'm always telling you how I'm long in the United States, now I'm getting the exact opposite. Guy just sent me a message, man, you're desperately putting a positive spin on it. Did I say that? Did I say this was are you even listening to my show? Bro, I'm sorry, man. I know I want to insult you, but you're not listening to the right show. I write down what I say because I prepare the show. I just told you it was a mixed bag. We won the House. The Senate was no good. But we won school board races. Did really well in North Carolina and Florida. Did semi-well in Nevada, where at least we took back the governorship. We may hold the governorship of Arizona. Sorry, someone corrected me too. You're right. I said flip. Arizona's not, of course, Doug Ducey. The governor is a Republican now, so thank you for that. But still, we may hold that. No, it was not a banner attack. The facts speak for themselves. And there's a lot to fix. And there's a lot to learn from it. And I'm going to get to that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand, and maybe I'm doing a really terrible job at today, which is fine. I'm glad to get criticism on that front because it makes the show and me better. I'm just one of you all, folks. I'm just an activist who really, really loves the country a lot. Like, I really love this place. It means the world to me. I was sitting in church this weekend, and I was listening to Father Marty, one of my favorites. And he was giving a homily about this. And here, if you're watching on Fox Nation, this is my actual phone. That's my thumb. I took a screenshot of the gospel this weekend. Now, keep in mind, this was not, the gospel readings this weekend are planned out way in advance, okay? They have nothing to do with elections at all. But I want you to listen to this for a minute. All of those folks ready to give up who think the apocalypse is near. He said this. He said, while some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, all that you see here, these days will come when there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down. Then they asked him, teacher, when will this happen? Talking about, obviously, the apocalypse. And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen? Jesus answered, see that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first. But it will not immediately be the end, he said to them. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There'll be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. But before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. Listen, please listen. Whether you're a Christian or not, before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prison, and they will have you led before kings and governments because of my name. It will lead to your giving testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand. For I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist and refute. Listen to this part.